everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are doing this look here. Basically I'm just getting ready for work this morning and this is the look that came out of it. I wanted to use my Urban Decay Born to Run palette again, so that's the palette we've used today. Just for this kind of really simple smoky bronze eye, and I've added a wing, and then I also use the Juno microfiber sponge. I've gotten a lot of requests to use this in a video, so I've used one of those, and just a bunch of other makeup items on my face. It's very early in the morning when I started filming this video, so if it's not perfect, please forgive me. When is it ever perfect though? I'm also wearing this polo neck, and I feel like when you can't see my neck, I'm just like a floating head. I look like Snape. Harry Potter. 10 points to Slytherin. So anyway, if you want to see how I got this look, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up and let's jump into it. Avada Kedavra. I don't want to kill you, I'm sorry. Didn't mean that. I feel like I look like a different person because I've got like a turtleneck on. A polo neck. Do Americans call them turtlenecks? A durner. My skin ain't looking too hot right now. Anyway, we're gonna moisturize and kind of prime using the Ordinary's Natural Moisturizing Factors Plus HA. Still can't remember the name of this, even though I use it every day. I don't even know if you could hear the rain outside. It's such a miserable morning. It's so dark and grey and rainy, and it's quite comforting to be inside when it's this bad. I'm then going in on my T-zone with an actual primer, which is the Benefit Professional. I'm poor, so I've got the really small one. But hey, this is so much in it. I've been using this recently down my nose and down the side of my nose there, where I get a lot of pores and like texture, and I feel like it's really helping my texture. I put it on my forehead a little bit as well. Just the smallest amount, because recently when I've been like patting powders on around here, I feel like my foundation's been lifting, but since I started using Professional, it's not happened. So I feel like I'm gonna have to give in and buy the full size bottle because I am actually really liking it. So like we just said, my skin ain't looking too good, so I want a full coverage foundation. I'm tempted to use my Clinique, but let's do a drugstore one because I love this one a lot. I'm going to use my Maybelline Superstay. This is in the shade 05 Light Beige, and we have the much hyped Juno sponge. I have wet this sponge. It is pretty big. It's not a first impression though. I used it yesterday for the first time. So this is a dry one and this is a wet one. As you can see, I used this one. So it does get bigger. I wouldn't say it gets much softer. It's definitely soft to the touch and it's not unpleasant on the face, but it's not like a super squishy Morphe sponge or Real Technique sponge. It's definitely harder, but it did apply my makeup nicely. So we're gonna bung some foundation on, a liberal amount of foundation, and then blend it in with a sponge. I'm just spreading it out with my finger. I've not used 100 pumps of this, but I wouldn't put that past me either. Yeah, let's start using this sponge. I'm using the rounded bottom edge. I don't feel like my first experience with this is, you know, as kind of earth-shattering as Nikki Tutorials was, but I do like it. However, had I chosen not to film this morning, I wouldn't have used it. If I was just doing my makeup for myself, I would have just used my Morphe sponge. Because this is really, it's quite hard. It's not super squishy like I said. But It's certainly blending in my foundation really nicely. I don't feel like it's adding extra coverage, but it's not taking any away. It is nice and it is inexpensive. Plus I got a few requests to use it, so that's why I'm using it today, but it's not like the most incredible sponge I've ever used. I do feel like it's maybe quite a quick sponge. Like, I don't feel like I have to spend ages on my foundation, but I mean, it's just a sponge, isn't it? It's not something I would rave about. Anyway, let's move on to concealer. I'm gonna use my Barry M, it's completely rubbed off all night long concealer on my blemishes, and then my Urban Decay under my eyes because it's the best concealer in the world. This is maybe a touch light, but it'll be fine. This is a really nice concealer. This will just highlight my face as well where I want more highlights. That big bad boy. And I don't know if this is a spot up here or if that was like me sleeping on my face or something, but I'll just pop some on anyway. In with my Urban Decay #1 concealer. I say that having never tried Shape Tape, as a lot of people know, which is, I know it's crazy. I just wish it was in shops so I could just pick it up in person. Like, I think the difference between the two eyes is quite a lot. Like, it really brightens. It's just fabulous. I'm going to just quickly throw on my brows and powder off camera, and then we'll move on to the rest of the face. I think that's quite boring steps. And I have done a brow video very recently. I'll link it up here if you want to see it. So I'll do that and then we'll be back for more interesting parts of the application. So I've powdered, put my brows on. I'm going to put on a bit of loose powder underneath my peepers because we're going to do our eyeshadow. Just going to try and use a brush just to pat it on, just to catch any fallout and not ruin our hard work. Don't need heaps of powder for this, just enough. This is the Nabla close-up setting powder that I used. And for my palette today, when I was thinking about this video last night, I thought I would use the Urban Decay Born to Run because I've only used this in one video so far. And last night I watched the Beauty News Makeup Breakup. I'll link their channel up here if you've never seen Beauty News or the Makeup Breakup. I love them, it's two Australian girls. And they swatched this shade called Double Life, which is this really deep, gorgeous bronze, and I want to use that somehow today. So I think we'll just do like a warm brown, smoky eye with a wing, because I just fancy a wing. And also I want to use this palette because in my 10k giveaway that I was talking about, I have one in there. So I thought if I do a couple more looks with it, then maybe people would be more excited about it. So this isn't really a tutorial, of course, I'm just getting ready, but there we are. I'm gonna first of all use the shade Good Is Gone, this deep brown down here. It's a really nice one, as browns go. I'm just gonna do a rounded look today, not a smoked out look. I think the first look I did with this was smoked out. Yeah, this is such a pigmented palette. It's so good. I really want to do another eyeshadow collection and declutter video because I feel like my collection's getting a little bit out of hand, and like I've got too many eyeshadows, too much choice, and some of them aren't getting any love in my collection, so I do want to do another declutter soon. So I just seem to get palettes so often, and yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. Just gonna take a clean brush and blend the edges of that shade, which helps with blending in future. I look so pale, ghostly. I am quite pale though, and ghostly in real life. I think I will now take the shade Riff, just beside that first one I used, and blend it out with Riff. I don't want to bring too much orange in, I want this to be quite a brown look. I really like this palette, and I'm so much more interested now in Urban Decay because I really feel like they've gotten more interesting with their palettes, and they kind of, I feel like they were kind of resting on the success of the Naked palettes, but they're definitely like just not interesting anymore in my opinion. And now they've really started to be more innovative and bring out like current palettes and colours that people want to see. That's my umbrella that I've just realised is sitting in my background, making it look ugly. I'm going to blend that out further using the shade Still Shot, which is just beside those first two, and it's a peach. Just to help the blend, but it's not going to make it too orange, it's just going to be fairly neutral. Above and below. I'm going to take my Too Faced glitter glue because I'm going in with a metallic shade, and I've realised that now just using a glitter glue as a base is always a good thing to do. Even if you don't have hooded eyes, it just helps the makeup stay in place a lot better. I'm just going to apply that all over my eyelid. And I'm going to go in with that gorgeous shade called Double Life. I shouldn't need to use it wet or anything because it is over a glitter glue. Oh, that colour is very pretty. That is such a beautiful shade. I want a slightly lighter shade for the very start, so I think I'm gonna, that's really too dark. Yeah, I'm gonna take the shade Stranded, this one up here, which is just like a light gold. And I'm gonna pop that on like the very start of my eyelid. And blend it into that shade. Blend the edge, make sure it's looking pretty. So I'll do the same to the other eye and then I will be back. So I'm just going to run the shade Riff under my eyes at the beginning. I swear to you, I can't do my makeup without having my mouth open in a really annoying way. Feels wrong. And then I need a smaller brush. I don't have one though. How do I not have enough brushes? I'm going to blend that out with Still Shot, the peach shade. Then we're going to throw on a wing. I say throw on like it's just going to be real easy. Never is for me. I just think this look needs a wing. I'm so far away from my mirror that it's stupid. Dinged it at the end! Right, let me clean that up, match it up to the other side. I'll throw on a lash and then we'll move on to skin and making that look really nice. So I'll probably be like an hour in real life, but 2 seconds in YouTube time because this ain't going well. Okay, lashes on. Let's wipe away this powder. I think we're pretty good in terms of the base and fallout. But now my face is looking so pale. My eyes are looking so dark. So we're going to contour the face. I'm going to use my ABH contour kit and use that middle shade there. I think that's called Fawn. I never know. This is using the ABH A23, which is a highlighting brush. But I really like it for contouring. It looks a bit stark right now, but once I put my bronzer on, it'll all look good. I wish those birds would shut up. They're so noisy. I like to do my nose these days as well. I'm just using an eyeshadow brush. It's nice and soft. And then, because I always put on way too much nose contour, I'm going to go in my MAC Studio Fix powder and just go over it. And just blend it a little bit more. I always put too much on, always. And to bronze my face, I'll use my Wet n Wild Colour Icon bronzer in Ticket to Brazil. Very cheap, very good. So this girl needs some warmth in her face. I'm starting to look more human, which is great. I am going to use a slightly deeper bronzer as well. It's just what I like to do. I feel like it looks better. I'm going to take my W7 Life's a Beach, and this is in the shade Beach Please. It's quite dark, so I just take a bit, pat off the excess, and then just swirl it just at the very back of my cheek, just to bring even more depth. Very light hand though. You could use way too much of this colour. It's so cheap as well. And now we can highlight and give ourselves a bit of glow. Just spoiled for choice though, I don't know what to use. I'm going to take a little bit of this first. This is the Milani highlighting O2 Day Glow. It's really gold, slightly too dark for me. I want to have a bit of a gold sheen. And then I think I might go in the highest points of my face with a slightly lighter colour. I really like the formula of these Milani highlights. I do think they are really nice. And not a lot of people talk about them. It does add just such a nice glow, although I don't think that fan brush is helping. Let me use, this is a Nabla brush. It's a really nice highlighting brush from Beauty Bay. I wonder if Beauty Bay will ever like release makeup, like Beauty Bay branded makeup, or like maybe accessories like brushes or lashes or anything like that. That'd be quite cool to see. So that's the Milani bronzer. It's just giving me like a wash of like golden glow. But on the very highest points of my face, I am going to take my Ofra Pillow Talk. The Wet n Wild Blossom Glow is a total dupe for this. Just add that like the highest point of my cheeks. Tiny bit up here. A little bit down the ocean nose. I'm going to use one of my favourite blushers, Rimmel Santa Rose. I've had this for years. I probably need to get a new one, but I mean, it seems to work well. It's a peachy pink colour. It's really pretty. I like blush. I feel naked without blush. If I don't put it on, I feel like my makeup's not done. I go back in with my powder brush and just make sure everything's looking good. Before I forget, because I always do for some reason, I'm going to put some of that Ofra Pillow Talk just on my inner corner as well. So lovely. My wings in no way match today, and they're also really thick, but mistakes happen, don't they? I'm gonna do a nude lip because I do have work, so I want to be fairly not too crazy. So I'm just gonna use a lip liner. This is quite a dark brown one. Does anyone else feel like no matter how much time you put into it, your lips never are like symmetrical? Because I can never get them to like look perfectly shaped. Then I'll use my Primark Luster lipstick in Barely There. Which definitely applies more like a matte lipstick. I've said that before. But it's beautiful. That, by the way, is a Deck of Scarlet lip liner. They sent me their whole kind of like July or May like thing that they do the palette and everything. I didn't really like it, to be honest, so I just kept the lip liner because I do like that. I'm going to use a tiny bit of gloss on the very centre. This is Dose of Colours Save the Date. It's so pretty. It's like a pinky reflect gloss. There we are. Yeah. So let me just maybe try and do something with my hair and then I'll be back. I've been using Mane and Tail shampoo, the Mane, Tail and Body shampoo, and I tell you, my hair has so much more volume since I started using that shampoo. I don't condition my hair because that just tends to weigh it down and make it really fine when it's already really fine. I mean, I've not curled it and I need to kind of style it, but right now we're just kind of going with the, I got messy hair on purpose look. This is my finished look then for work today. I quite like how it came out. I definitely like the wing and the lash and everything else. I'm not entirely sure I like the eyeshadow, but that might just be my personal weirdness. I don't know. I mean, it's lovely and the palette performs beautifully. I really like that. I'm just not sure about my skills today with eyeshadow. But then again, it is very early in the morning. Right now it's only like 8:15, so we can forgive me. So this is me today, ready. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know what it was. Get ready with me, chit chat, get ready with me, or a tutorial, I don't know. I just wanted to sit down and film. And yeah, I really like that palette. And you could win one shortly when I put up the giveaway post on my Instagram, which will be soon. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the makeup look down below. And yeah, I hope I will catch you in my next video. Bye.